system, that is. Okay, students, you can see that some students are observing the sky with the help of an instrument. This instrument is called as a telescope. Okay, so this telescope is very helpful for sky watching. So the instrument through which you can observe the sky, through which you can observe some stars or some solar eclipse or all these things that can be noted with this instrument. This instrument is known as a telescope. Okay, so let's move forward. Now here you can see the solar system. Okay, this is our solar system. Okay, as you all know that some celestial bodies which revolve around the sun, it forms a solar system. So what things revolve around the sun? The planets, comets, asteroids, and meteoroids. These are some of the celestial bodies. And not all these things move around the solar system, but we can thoroughly say that the planets move around the sun, which revolve around the sun. Okay, you can see there are 4 planets which are very closer to Earth, that is Mars, Venus, Mercury, and Earth. These planets are revolving very close to the sun, so they are known, they are considered as a inner planets. And the planets which are rotating, revolving around the outside, that is Saturn, Jupiter, Uranus, Neptune. So these are the planets which revolve in the outer orbit, and we can say that these are the outer planets. Okay, this is about the solar system. Okay, now what are celestial bodies? You may think that all these things, first of all, we will come to know what are celestial bodies. So celestial bodies are nothing but cluster of stars, nebulae, or cloud of gases, or clouds of dust, dead stars, or newly born stars. All these are mainly present in the celestial objects. So, what does the celestial objects are made up of? These objects are made up of stars, planets, moons, and some uh, celestial bodies such as cluster of stars, nebulae, clouds of gases, clouds of dust, dead stars, newly born stars. So all these things are considered or are coming under the celestial bodies. Okay, I hope now you have understood what are celestial bodies and what does a celestial object consist of. It consists of stars, planets, moon, and many other objects in the sky. These are called as celestial objects. Okay, then the next is Milky Way. Okay, students, Milky Way is a galaxy. So first of all, I would like to introduce what is galaxy. Galaxy is a group of innumerable stars, and their planetary system together is known as a galaxy. Also, we are living in the galaxy known as Milky Way. So we are living in which type of galaxy? So we are living in the Milky Way type of galaxy. Okay, part of galaxy. Okay, Milky Way is a part of galaxy, and the galaxy which is close to our Milky Way is also known as Andromeda. Okay, Andromeda is the type of galaxy which is closest to the Milky Way. Okay, so students, we have studied in this slide what are galaxies. Galaxies are nothing but the group of innumerable stars and the planetary system. Then we have also studied about Milky Way. Milky Way is nothing but the type of galaxy, and the galaxy in which we are living is known as a Milky Way galaxy. There are 100 billions of stars in this Milky Way galaxy. So in this galaxy, what is present? There are billions of stars present in the Milky Way galaxy. Also, our solar system is present in Milky Way, which is called as Mandakini. Okay, it is called as Mandakini. Why it is called Mandakini? Because our Milky Way can be seen on dark and clear night only in north and south in the sky. So in the north and south side, mostly this Milky Way can be observed in dark and clear nights. So this is about the Milky Way. Galaxies which contain star gas, dust, which held together as a group by the gravity. So, with the help of gravity, all the objects that are present in the galaxies are held together. For example, star gases, dust, particles, these all are held together with the help of gravity in the galaxy. Okay, there are different types of galaxies in our galaxy. So there are four types of galaxy according to the shapes of these galaxies. These galaxies are identified into four different types, that is spiral, elliptical, bad spiral, and irregular galaxy. Okay, so here you can see in the first spirally, as you can see, it is spirally arranged. So it is known as a spiral galaxy. Second is elliptical galaxy, and fourth is irregular galaxy. Irregular galaxy means it is not having a specific shape. Okay, so these are some of the types of galaxy which are classified according to the different shapes of the galaxies. Okay, now there are some types of stars, some types of different types of stars you can see in the sky. So which type of stars you can see in the sky? You can see sun-like stars, red giant star, supernova, binary and twin stars, then variable stars. So these are the five types of stars that you can see in the sky. So let's have some information about the each star in the sky, appeared in the sky. So let's move towards the first type of star, that is sun-like star. Now this name only suggests that this star is looking like or appearing like a sun, but it is slightly smaller or bigger in size. So these stars are slightly smaller or bigger than sun, and the temperature which is there in sun-like star is 6,000 degree Celsius. And what is the color of the sun-like star? It is reddish blue color. It is reddish blue in color. And what is the example of the sun-like star? We can say sun-like star example is Sirius. Okay. Then the second example type of star is red giant star. Now this red giant star, it is 100 to 10 to 100 times more than the sun. Means if the sun is having two diameters, so it is 20 to 200 times more bigger than the sun. So this is having more diameter 10 to 100 times more than the sun. And what is the temperature of this star? It is 3000 degrees Celsius to 4000 degrees Celsius. And what is the color of the red giant? As the name suggests that it is red giant, so the color of this star is also red in color. And also one unique thing about this star is that it is a luminous star. Luminous means what? Having its own light. We have studied this in chapter number 14, that is lights and formation of shadow. In that we have studied luminous and non-luminous. So luminous means the object which is having its own light, which has the ability of emitting its own light, is known as luminous. Luminous. Okay. So what is the example? Garax is the example of the red giant. Then the third type of star, that is supernova. Now this supernova, this is larger than red giant. So here supernova is compared to red giant. Little bit brighter and larger than supernova, red giant. Okay. And what is the temperature? The temperature is as same as the red giant, that is 3000 degrees Celsius to 4000 degrees Celsius. And what is unique about this supernova? It is brighter than the sun. So if sun is little less brighter, it is more brighter than the sun. And what is the example of supernova? The example is Rigel. Rigel is the example of supernova. Then the fourth type of the star, that is binary or twin stars. So students, you must have seen that 2 or 4 stars revolving around each other in the sky. So these are nothing but binary or twin stars. Mostly more than half stars in the sky are known as binary stars. The word binary means bi means two. That means two stars which revolve around each other are called as twin stars. But most of time, instead of two, we can see two or more stars revolving around each other. So those are also coming under this category, that is binary or twin stars. Okay. Then the fourth type of star, that is variable star. Now this variable star is also having its own light. It has the capability of emitting its own light, and the shape of this variable star is not constant. Why it is not stable? Because the star constantly contracts or expands. So star is not stable. Okay, it keeps on contracting and expanding. So due to this, the star is not stable. Okay, now if the star is not stable, what happens then? When the star expands, the emitted energy from the star will be less, and the star will be appear less brighter in the sky. And if the star contracts, what happens? The star will emit greater amount of energy, and it will appear brighter in the sky. It will appear more brighter in the sky. So what is the example of the variable star? The example is pole star or Polaris. Okay. Now, this is the telescope. This is the Hubble telescope. This is the telescope which was introduced in the galaxy for take. It was launched in 1990 by NASA, that is American Space Agency. Launched this Hubble telescope in the orbit of the Earth. Why they launched? Because they wanted to see what things are happening in the galaxy and beyond the galaxy. There are many some different galaxy existing beyond Milky Way. So to investigate or to research, uh, they put forth the Hubble telescope in 1990. It was launched, and it was placed in the orbit of the Earth. Now, what this telescope is useful for? This telescope was useful for taking the pictures, and it was very easy to look over the stars, to study the life cycle of the stars, to take the photographs of the space, whatever things are happening, and to study uh, in more detail. This Hubble telescope was launched in the orbit of Earth. So telescope is one of the instrument through which you can observe the sky very nicely and very deeply. Then next, you can see in the picture, you can see that there is a solar system uh, along the sun. Sun is also one of the planet. Along the sun, you can see all the 8 planets arranged one behind the another. So these are the solar system which consist of sun, planets, asteroids, comets, meteoroids. So these are the solar system. If anyone asks you the question, what does the solar system consist of? You can answer them. The solar system consists of sun, planets, asteroids, comets, and meteors. And what are the planets that are found in solar system? So the planets which are found in the solar system are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Uranus, Neptune. So these are the 8 planets which we are able to see in the solar system. So as stars are heavenly bodies which are made up of hot burning glass. You can see the sky. In the sky, you can see that some stars are shining brighter, some are faint, some are having self-luminant light, so they are shining more brighter. So these are the heavenly bodies which are made up of hot burning gas. So what are stars made up of? Stars are generally made up of heavenly Our stars are heavenly bodies which are made up of hot burning gases. Okay, now as you all know, students, that sun is also one of the planet. So the galaxy label according to their shape, sun is also considered as a one of the planet from the galaxy arms. Okay, now as you all know that the sun is very nearest star from us, so we can see the sun, even we can see the sun emitting the huge amount of heat and light on the earth. So whatever energy we get it from sun. So almost all the energy which reaches on the earth, that is given or emitted from the sun rays. So sun is the most important energy sources of on the earth. Not only sun gives the energy to the earth, but also it provides the heat and light to all different planets. So you can understand that sun is a self-luminant light, means it is having it has the ability to emit its own light, and as it is having the ability of its own light, it also has a it is considered as a main source of light. And sun not only gives energy to the earth, heat and light is not only provided to the earth, but it is also provided to the all different types of planets. Okay, this is the earth. As you are studied in geography, that earth revolves around the sun, and it is the member of the solar system, and it is also considered as one of the planet that revolves around the sun. Now, as I told you, there are four planets such as Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. These are the outer planets which are far from the sun. Okay, those planets that orbits are far away from the sun are Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. These are the four planets which are revolving around the sun, but they are far from the sun. So they are coming under the outer planet. Now these are the four planets which are considered as the inner planet, that is Mercury, Venus, Earth and Mars. These are the four planets which are very close to the sun, and these are known as the inner planets. These are planets which are revolving inside the orbit and very close to the sun. So as we all know that there are 8 planets in our solar system, that is Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. So these are the 8 planets. So let's see one by one what all the planets tell about themselves. Okay. So first is Mercury. Now Mercury is the first planet and which is very closest to the sun. Okay. As you have seen in the picture, uh, behind the sun, the first closest planet which occurs, that is Mercury. And Mercury, it is visible in morning and evening time only. It is always from the sun. Okay, and also Mercury is known as the fastest moving object. So Mercury is very well known as the fastest moving planet. So you can understand how fast does the Mercury moves. So one of the example I would like to give, that the period of rotation that is revolved is 58.65 days. So you can consider how fast this planet revolve around the sun. So the revolving of Mercury is so fast that it completes the rotation in 58.65 days. Then the second planet, that is Venus. This is the second planet which is also known as the brightest and hottest planet. Okay, and you where you can see this planet, you can see this planet in the east when the sun is rise, and in the west when the sun is set. So most probably you can see this planet rotating around itself from east to west. So you can see this planet in the east before sunrise or in the west after sunset. and this planet is also known as the brightest and hottest planet, and it takes about 243 days to revolve around the sun. Okay, let's move towards the third planet. This is the third planet, that is the Earth. Now this third planet is little bit unique. Why it is unique? Because the life exists on Earth. So on Earth there is a life which is existing, means all the living things are present on the Earth, which are depending upon the air, water and food. So on Earth life exists. Okay, so the Earth is very important planet. And the third, the another point is that the magnetic field is also present in the Earth's crust. So in chapter number 15, that is fun with magnet, we have understood about the magnetic field which is present in the Earth's crust, that is showing the direction north and south. Even it is having some gravitational force among itself. And how many period of rotation does it take? Time it takes for rotation? It takes 24 hours for revolving around the sun. Okay. Then the next fourth planet, that is Mars. You can see the color of the Mars planet. It is reddish planet in the sky. You can see the reddish planet in the sky. It is very unique as it appears reddish. And the soil which is obtained on the Mars, that is also consisting of more iron. That is the reason the color of the soil near the Mars is reddish in color. Okay, and it is the highest and the longest mountain in the solar system. And Olympus Mons is located on the Mars. So Olympus Mons is located on the Mars. So here we have completed the 4 inner orbit planets, that is Mars, Venus, Earth and Mercury. Now the outer orbit planets we are going to see, that is Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. So let's move uh, let's move towards the next, that is Jupiter. Okay, what is Jupiter? Jupiter is the largest planet. It is the 5th planet. It is bigger. And what is the how it is seen? It is yellowish in color. You can see the picture near the text typed. The appearance of this Jupiter is bigger and yellowish in color. Okay, and this what is the peculiarity of this planet? The peculiarity is that it is also known as a largest planet, or it is also known as a stormy planet. Why it is known as a stormy planet? Because it revolves around itself with great speed. As it is having a great speed of revolving, it is known as a stormy planet. And what is the period of rotation? 9 hours 56 minutes. So you can assume that how much speed it takes for rotate, as it is having a great speed, so it takes very less time than other planets to revolve around the sun. So this is about Jupiter. Then the 6th planet, that is Saturn. Now Saturn, this planet can be identified very easily as it is having ring around itself, and this planet can be seen with the help of telescope only. So this planet cannot be seen with the naked eyes. You have to take the use of telescope. And how can you identify this planet? You can identify this planet as this planet is having ring around itself. So you can very easily identify the Saturn planet. Okay, and the density on this planet is very low. Okay, the density of this planet is very low. So it can easily float if it is dropped in the sea. Okay, it can easily be floating on the sea water, as it is very, as it is having density very low. So how much time of rotation does it take? It takes 10 hours 40 minutes for revolving around the sun. Okay. Now the seventh planet, that is Uranus. Uranus can also be seen through telescope only. You will not be able to see the Uranus with the help of your naked eyes. You have to take the help of telescope to see the Uranus. Uranus is having greatly inclined axis. So the axes which are present on the Uranus is greatly inclined axis, and it takes approximately 17 hours 24 minutes to revolve around the sun. As it appears like a rolling orbit, so it is called as a rolling orbit also. Okay, so this is about Uranus. Then the eighth planet is Neptune. Now this Neptune is means on this planet the winds are blowing very with extremely high speed. So very high speeds are there on this planet, and the rotation, the period of rotation along the sun is 16 hours 11 minutes. So students, we have studied about the eight planets of the solar system. The first four planets are the inner orbit planets, and the remaining four planets, those are the outer planets. Okay, so let's move towards the next part of the lesson. Satellite. Now, what are satellites? Satellites are the bodies revolving around the planets. These are the celestial bodies which revolve around the planets. So these are the satellite, the celestial bodies which do not revolve around the sun but revolve around the planets. Such celestial bodies are known as satellites. What they are known as? They are known as satellite, and they do not revolve around the sun. Okay, they don't revolve around the sun. Satellite also rotates around their axis. So satellites also rotate around their axis. They have a respective axis and they rotate around it. Okay, now the satellite of the earth is the moon. So what is the satellite of the earth? That is moon. So moon is the satellite of the earth. Okay, so this question may be asked for give reason that why moon is the satellite of the earth. So the answer to that question will be that moon is a satellite of the earth as it revolves around the earth, and it revolves around its own axis. Okay, and the celestial bodies which do not revolve around the sun but revolve around the planet, those are called as satellite. That is why moon is the satellite of earth. Okay, and it's what is the duration of rotation or revolving around the earth? That is 27.3 days. Okay, I hope you can understand what I'm talking about. So this is satellite. So here clearly you can see the satellite, and the definition is very easy to remember. Any celestial body which revolve around the celestial body is called as a satellite. And also students, you have to remember that moon is also one type. Moon is a satellite of a earth, and there are some satellites also present on revolving around the earth. Those satellites are known as artificial satellites. Those satellites are known as artificial satellites. Okay, now after satellite, the next type of celestial body is asteroids. Now, what are asteroids? Generally, asteroids are the small size bodies which are formed with the when the solar system was created. So these are also the bodies, celestial bodies which were formed when the solar system was created. But due to the smaller size, these were not considered as a planet, and these were considered as a were known as a asteroid, as they do not revolve around the sun. As you all know, the planets which revolve around the sun are known as planet, and the planet which does not revolve around the sun, those are not known as a planet, they are known as a celestial bodies, and such type of celestial bodies are known as asteroids. Okay. An asteroid belt is also seen between the Mars and the Jupiter. So you can see the asteroid belt where in the celestial body which is formed between the Mars and the Jupiter. Then the next is dwarf planet. So you were asking me about the Pluto. Why Pluto? As Pluto is a planet, but why it is not considered as a planet? So the reason behind it is that the Pluto is very small size celestial body. It revolves around the sun only, but it takes too much time for rotating around the sun. That is around 248 years to complete the revolution around the sun, and 6.38 days for one rotation. So as it was taking so much of time, it was not considered as a planet. So it was considered as a planet, but it was considered as a dwarf planet. So the word dwarf means small size celestial bodies. So it had the qualities of the planet, but according to the small size and uh, taking too much of time for revolving around the sun, it was not considered as a planet. So in 2006, that is International Astronomical Union decided that the Pluto is way too small to call a planet. So Pluto was not considered as a planet. Students, here you can see the Pluto. Okay. Here you can see the Pluto, which is very small as compared to the other planets. You can see the planets. So these four are known as a inner planet, and these are the outer planets which revolve around the solar system. Okay. So this is Mercury, this is Venus, this is Earth, this is Mars, this is Jupiter, this is Saturn, then this is Uranus, and this is Neptune. So these are the 8 planets you can see. And as compared to all these planets, you can see the Pluto is very too small. So as its size was very small, it was not considered as a planet. So this was the reason behind the Pluto, which was not considered as a planet, to be not considered as a planet. So in 2006, it was declared that Pluto was too small to be considered as a planet, so it will not be considered as a planet, and that is the reason it is not considered as a planet. It is considered as a dwarf planet. Okay. Then comet. What is comet? Comet is the celestial bodies which are formed or made up of frozen materials and dust particles. Okay, what are comets made up of? Comets are made up of frozen matter and dust particles. Okay, comets appear like a point. So when you observe the comets from far away from the sun, what you can see a small dot or a point. As you give a point in maths, you have studied in first chapter point. So that much small comet is when it is seen from a far, and it is considered as a part of a solar system. It is also having a long feathery tail, and they have a long elliptical orbit which appears in the sky very rarely, and there is a long time period and a short time period of comets. So comets are classified into two groups: long period comets and short period comets. Now what are long period comets? Means the comet which take more than 200 years to complete one revolution around the sun, they are called as long period comet, and which take less time than the 200 years to complete one revolution around the sun, those are called as a short period comet. So students, what are basically comets? Comets are the celestial bodies which are having a tail-like structure. Okay, comets are formed due to the ice or frozen material and dust particles, and it appears like a small point, and it is very close to sun, and it has a long feathery tail. Okay, so these things you are supposed to remember in the comments. The next is meteors. So what are meteors? Meteors are the bright streaks of light in the sky. These are commonly known as shooting stars. So these meteors are also known as shooting stars. Why they are known as a shooting star? Because you can see the bright streak of light in the sky when they are falling. Okay, although they are not star, but they are appearing like a star, so they are known as a meteors. Okay, many a times we see the falling of the star in the sky, but it is not the falling of the star, it is actually meteor falling down. Okay, we must have observed the sky many times and we have seen that something is fallen. So what we see, what we think that the star is falling down, but it is not the star, it is actually the meteor falling down. Okay, so you can see the picture and you can identify how the meteor is. In the next slide, that is meteoroids. What are meteoroids? Meteoroids are nothing but when the small rock pieces when enters in the Earth's atmosphere, what happens? They completely get burnt due to the friction of Earth. When any body enters in the Earth's atmosphere, it gets burned first due to the friction of the air. And that body when falls down, and sometimes it is not burned fully, these type of pieces are known as a meteoroid. Okay, these type of pieces which are not fully burnt, which are not completely burned and fall down. These type of rock pieces are known as meteoroids. Okay, the Lonar Lake is the Maharashtra. In Maharashtra, is formed by the impact of such meteoroids. So Lonar Lake is in Maharashtra is one of the example where you can see the impact of such meteoroids falling in this lake. Okay, so students, we have done with the chapter. One more thing I would like to explain you about the comets. This is the Henle comet, which was appeared in 1910, and it was reappeared in 1986. So you can see that there is 76 years of gap. That means the Henle comet takes 76 years to complete one rotation around the sun. And how it was formed? It was found to be 16-kilometer long and 7.5 kilometer wide. So its length and breadth was also noted that time, and it was 16 kilometer long and 7.5 kilometer wide.